And we are live. Hey, everybody. I am so excited to be here. I am Haley Gray. I'm the group owner in the Women's Entrepreneur Network, and we are kicking off another WEN Talk event. I feel like I'm always crafting these events for my own personal entertainment and enjoyment because I get to listen to 2 hours of amazing speakers, mind-blowing, earth-shattering, take the world away. I'm excited to introduce today's first speaker. This is Raven Scott. She is going to be taking the stage here, and please join me in welcoming Raven to the stage. Welcome, Raven. I am so happy to have you here, and this is such an honor.
Thank you so much for having me. It really is an honor to be here.
Thank you. And here you go.
Like you said, I am Raven Scott. I help people, and especially women, shed negative patterns and shift into a life of freedom and passion and renewal. So my big question I wanted to ask everyone today is, what if you could find your life's purpose and alignment with your business in the stars? Do you think that's possible? Definitely feel free to comment below. Yes, no, I'm not sure. I don't know about that. I'm a little skeptical. Totally fine, whichever your answer. For me, my soul yearns for new experiences. So this is beautiful and perfect. I'm so grateful for being here talking on the WEN Talk. So I want to ask another question. Have you heard of the North Node in astrology? And how many of you are astrology fans? I know a lot of us, we know our sun sign, we know our moon sign, and possibly if you're like really into astrology, you know your ascendant. But the North Node is something that's not talked about much. So I would be really surprised and excited if you said yes in the comments. I know about my North Node. I know where it is. You are like a rock star. And everyone who doesn't know, you're amazing and a rock star too, because you're curious and I'm introducing you to this concept. The North Node in your astrology, what it is, it's a point in time. And first of all, I want to talk about how it contributes to you, because it actually can answer the first question. It can help you on your career path. It can help you hone in your soul's purpose and bring your passions and your business in one line. And it really talks about your future, what you're moving toward, what your destiny is. That's what the North Node is all about. And specifically, it's not a planet or a star. It's a conjunction of the sun and moon's orbit at the time of your birth. So whatever that degree is and wherever it lies in a zodiac and in a house in your chart is where it crossed paths. And it's an 18-month cycle. So it's a little bit complicated to find and calculate, but I've created a really easy free chart that you can reach out to me. I can send it your way. And it just like gives birth date ranges and says, this is where your North Node is located. So it's easy to find once you've found a chart, which I can help you with. But really, what your North Node signifies is your future and your destiny. The North and the South Node are opposite on your chart. And so your South Node will really signify what you're moving away from, what's in your past, what has maybe been something of a struggle or a difficulty that you currently are in right now, or you have experienced in the past, or possibly even in some past lives. So that's what's signifying what your South Node is. I'll give you an example so you can kind of take this abstract concept into conceptualization. My South Node is in Sagittarius. What that means is that it's all about travel and adventures and roaming the world and, gaining new experiences. And that definitely is something that I did. I used to do mission trips like in high school. I went to Russia and England. I went to Hawaii. Like I took a lot of plane flights across the country, visiting family. And so all those things, and then it being in my fourth house, which is the house about family, all about your family of origin, family in general. And what that signifies for me is that's family is in my past. And the biggest crutch in my side has actually been my family. All of my struggles and life lessons and maturing has been sprung forth from my family. So, and then again, in my past, I haven't shared this with you, but I've written a memoir, and I was in an abusive relationship. So then also my family that I created on my own was very much a sore subject for me, a huge struggle. And I found freedom from that. And I've also found ways to be independent and less codependent. So that's kind of in my past. And so moving away from that and finding independence, finding freedom from the abuse, moving toward what is my North Node is in Gemini in my 10th house. So the 10th house is all about the career. So for me, my path is moving away from codependency into my career, into independence, sharing my lessons and my light about my experiences in my career. And in Gemini, it's about different perspectives, learning, coming from a place of not being a victim, but finding a perspective of my experiences, sharing it with others that can be relatable and also very empathetic. So to give you that example, that's what that all means and how it can be applied. And another really great role model that I look to is Maya Angelou. And for example, her North Node is in Gemini and in her 10th house. So that kind of gives you an idea. She really took this from a place of being a caged bird, her book, right? Bringing perspective and poetry and beauty out of that suffering into sharing with other people how to overcome their struggles. So that gives you that perspective. So what is the impact on yourself when you're not sharing your gifts? Another huge question I want to ask you to think about. What is the impact on yourself when you're not sharing your gifts, your passions, your light? It takes energy actually to hold back your beautiful self. It takes energy, and it's exhausting to protect from shame and from blame, from displeasing others. It takes a lot of energy to people please. I can personally attest that. It's exhausting. And you should not have taken on certain clients possibly. You should have said no to, but you felt like you had to, otherwise you wouldn't get any business. That takes a lot of energy, and it drains you from the yes clients you should have said yes to. So keeping a lid on your light because you're afraid of what others or what your family may think, that's exhausting. And judgment and social conditioning and self-doubt can lurk in the shadows. But don't beat yourself up about it because it's primal, it's instinctual, it's survival, right? Even though we've evolved away from being back in the villages, back in the tribes of the old days, where if you were kicked out of the culture or kicked out of the village, that literally meant death. That doesn't happen now, but mentally we understand, but physically our bodies and that wound is still very intense. And so we react in a very triggering way. And we work really hard to make sure that we don't get kicked out socially, that we aren't judged or shamed or blamed. So all of these forms of trauma in our past and the negative thoughts and doubts that we battle, this can occur in our current life. Like I said, it comes from that deeper wound accumulated through the ancestral line as well. So what if you could reclaim that fire back? What if you can come from a place of not worrying about imposter syndrome, shame or blame, self-doubt? And what if you could really shine your light and know and have the confidence that this is your right path? How would that change your life? I want to share 4 ways that can help you heal your emotional wounds so you can free yourself of these blocks that help hold you back from abundance. So it's going to free the blocks so you can really shine your light and remove the lid. So number 1 is connecting with Mother Earth. Walking barefoot in the grass is one of my simplest, most favorite ways because it's magnetically grounding. Getting out in your neighborhood or a nature spot, walking and finding a tree. That's one of my most favorite things when I feel really introspective and a little bit down and discouraged. I'll go out and I'll find a tree and I'll ask the tree for wisdom. Any tree that I feel is pulled to me, and I'll touch it and I'll feel grounded and I will listen to the tree. And it might sound crazy, but I've got some really amazing wisdom pieces from just being with the tree. And it's usually your intuition. It's not like the tree talking to you, but you're grounding yourself and you're connecting to Mother Earth. So one other thing that's my favorite that we do every full moon circle that we host in our group is the Transmutation Ritual. So what that does is it uses all the elements of the earth, fire, air, and water, and you're writing with your lead pencil everything during the full moon. Moon is the symbol of emotions. So usually during the full moon, our emotions are exaggerated. They're at its fullest. And so you take that emotion you're feeling at the fullest, you write it out, get it all out, and you connect where you felt that before first. Maybe it's, when you were 7, maybe 14, what have you. And then we safely burn it. So you transmute it up to the universe and the ethers. And then you wash and you cleanse that away. And it's so powerful, so powerful. The second thing to do is to shed the fears and expectations of your family, society, and whomever has put expectations on you through an inner child meditation. So again, I have that as well for free. Amazing. So it's one of the most powerful ways to heal your past wound. And your inner child is that person within you that emotionally is stuck. Sometimes we've had trauma or, regrets or just conditioning that kind of gets you stuck in a certain age emotionally. So when you heal your inner child and you become the adult for yourself and your inner child, it really carries you into a place of empowerment and a place of independence. And it possibly can be triggering the beginning of this meditation for those who have experienced trauma or anything that just a lot of resentment towards your family. So I just want to give you that forewarning. But if you can push through and know you're safe, you'll go through a beautiful garden. You'll play with your inner child. You'll see fairies and butterflies and everything. And you get to sit with your inner child and really ask him or ask her, what does she need? So it's really very healing. Number 3 is to set boundaries. We've all heard this, right? It's very popular. But how do you set boundaries more powerfully? More powerfully by using your inner authority mantra. And what is that? It's simply this, and I'll read it to you and repeat it again. I trust the wisdom within me to ground divine energies. I am safe in this body. I trust the wisdom within me to ground divine energies onto the earth. I am safe in this body. And number 4 is finding your destiny through the North Node medicine, like I was talking about. It is under discomfort and pressure that diamonds are formed, just as in our shadows and past wounds of our life lessons have formed wise gems that we can collect and carry while we move toward our future. You find your North Node theme, and you will find clarity and guidance on your path and forming your passion business that will thrive. So, what are you giving your life force to, anyways? Feel free to think about it, journal it, comment below. Is your soul's passion and business, are they aligned? What if you could blow the lid off your fears and anxieties and give your life force to your passion business? And when you give, the universe gives back fully. What if you could do it without feeling the fear of peer pressure, comparison, imposter syndrome, and persecution. This lives in our bodies, this fear of all these things. It's not in our minds because we can push forward and we can push through. From the past, your wounded maiden it's just a reverberation of time passed down through generation and generation. And that's why those steps in, grounding to earth, doing the inner child meditation, all these things help us heal that wound in our body, because thinking and talking can help only so much. So what if your energy is focused on your soul's mission aligned with your business? Maybe right now you're confused. You don't have clarity on the project or business you're working on. You feel frustrated. You're not being heard. The resources that I have and the exercises that I shared with you can really help you heal that, can help you let go of your anxiety, help you find the clarity you need to be able to find that passion. And that passion is going to be magnetic because you're going to be removing that lid and shining your light out to the world. So again, the question is, do you know where your North Node is in your chart? And if not, it's perfectly fine. The energy, again, like I said, the energy of where your North Node lies is in where the zodiac is, right? And which house it is. So if you would like, I can share just a tiny paraphrase of each of the zodiac's energy. So then once you find it, again, you can reach out to me to find it, but there's lots of different charts that share with you where your North Node is. So I'm just going to quickly read paraphrases. So if your North Node is in Aries, your soul wants to find courage. And it's excited to explore and even be stressed out in order to bring forth an independent and courageous side of you. If it's in Taurus, your soul craves peace and serenity in this life, loyal lover, a good music and romance to remind you that life can be good and beautiful. If it's in Gemini, your soul longs for new experiences. Life is breaking you open to enlarge your heart, releasing old constructs. If it's in Cancer, your soul yearns to feel and heal. You've come into this life with a talent of knowing how to survive and being practical and adapting to making a living. Now it's time to soften. If it's in Leo, your soul yearns to come forward, to take chances and to own the center stage. Somewhere in your past, you may have lost a joyful sense of play and spontaneity, and now it's time to recover your exuberant self-confidence. If it's in Virgo, your soul yearns to bring order, harmony, and practical healing into your life. You have a unique ability to visualize an ideal and know that what needs to be done to bring it into reality. Libra, your soul yearns to achieve serenity. The thrill of the hero's journey is strong in you. Nurture cooperative relationships and finding release of the opposite masculine and feminine. Scorpio, your soul yearns to relax your concerns around money, security, and possessions. Leave superficial people-pleasing behind. You are meant to look deeply into the underworld. Sagittarius, your soul yearns to explore. Coming into this world with the talent of seeing multiple points of view, it is important to hone in and integrate your experiences. Capricorn, your soul yearns to become independent. Integrity is key to your life with your inner compassion as you develop self-control and self-care. Aquarius, your soul yearns to dance to the rhythm of your own drum. You care deeply about humanitarian ideas, and you need to risk the disapproval of others. Pisces, your soul yearns to soften your analysis and go with the flow. Dare to make mistakes and be compassionate and forgiving with yourself. So in conclusion, you can find clarity on your soul's purpose and get clues that are often that you're on the right path. And if you need to pivot, it will help you with that as well, knowing that you flow in alignment with the universe. So let what needs to go, go, and what needs to come, come. I am Raven Scott with Unlock Your Destiny. You can find me on Facebook at Women Empaths group, as well as Unlock Your Destiny Ravenscott on Instagram.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Such a powerful message. I'm over here taking notes frantically in the corner. So I love the message. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining us today. This has been such an honor to have you here. So
thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Now